Hello, and welcome to our new podcast, CapeCodCAN's It's All About Us. I'm here with two of CapeCodCAN's crew members, Kate and Ciara. And you guys are here to kind of tell us what it's like to be a 20-something person living in Plymouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of have a few questions, but I think we'll start with we'll start with you, Kate. What kind of activities do you like to do?
I like to color, hang out with friends, diamond dots.
Ooh, can you tell me a little bit about diamond dots?
What
is that?
It's you can like pick out a design and like you put them on this like sticky thing and it comes out really cool.
Nice. Okay. And I should probably also let you introduce yourself a little bit and say, where you live. Do you live in a house? Do you live in an apartment? Do you live in a group home? What's your story?
My name is Kate. I live in an apartment in Plymouth.
Nice. Very nice. Do you have roommates?
I have one roommate.
Nice. And Ciara, can you introduce yourself and tell a little bit about where you live and who you live with?
Sure. Hi, my name is Ciara, and I live with my parents in Plymouth.
And do you live in a house or an apartment?
In a house.
Nice. So this is great because we have two different perspectives here. Someone who lives in an apartment with a roommate and someone who lives with her family, and you guys are around the same age. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of cool to see how you each spend your time and the similarities and differences. So you like to do, it sounds like art, and you were telling me about diamond art. Do you do that? Do you take classes in art, Kate, or is that something that you just do on your own at home?
I go to the CapeCodCAN art socials.
Nice.
And I do the diamond dots at home.
Nice. Yes, I know you guys really enjoy the CapeCodCAN art socials, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about what you do at the art socials besides the art?
We have dinner and dessert, and like we talk about like how our week has been and stuff.
So it's kind of a nice opportunity to be social with your peers in a different setting and also do something while you're there.
Yes.
Cool. Nice. And Ciara, do you go to the art socials as well? I can't remember if that's
Downtown Plymouth, I do.
Yeah, scoot up. You go to the art classes, right?
Yeah.
I know this because I have done classes with you.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of art, can you think of a favorite art class that you did, or what kind of art do you enjoy most?
Okay. Before I do that, let me think for a minute. I'm doing
I think we've done painting.
Yeah.
Yep. And is that something you enjoy doing?
Mm-hmm.
Or so do you like it to be more open-ended, more art projects that you guys are given the supplies and then you get to kind of choose the direction? Or do you like it when we have art projects that have a very specific pattern that we follow? What's your favorite kind?
I like
art projects, yep.
Art projects. Oh my goodness. I like doing art projects
that are more open-ended, do you think? Or do you like it when we have, sometimes we have art projects that have very specific steps that we follow?
I like the art projects follow specific steps.
Yeah, I like to do those kinds too. Yeah, but every once in a while it's kind of fun to just free flow, right?
Right.
All right, so I have a question because I know that you two have traveled recently, and outside of Plymouth, what have you done when you've traveled? I know both of you have something. Didn't you both go somewhere recently?
Yeah.
Ciara, where did you go recently?
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Who did you go to Hawaii with?
My mom, my mom, my dad, and my brother.
Nice.
The
Very
four
nice.
of us.
Wow. Did you stay near the beach? Did you go out in a boat? Like, what did you do when you were there?
They actually had a pool in Hawaii.
Nice. So you spent some time in the pool?
I did.
I'm jealous. And Kate, you were just talking recently to me about where you went.
I went to Disney.
Nice. And what specifically, which parks? All of them or?
I went to Busch Gardens, Animal Kingdom, and Universal.
Nice. Did you have a favorite?
Universal.
Really? Why? What made that your favorite?
Because I've never been there before and it was really fun.
So you would recommend that one to someone your age, maybe?
Yes.
As a good one? Okay, good to know. All right, why don't we switch topics a little bit here? So I know you live in an apartment and you live at home. So is there anything that's challenging, Kate, about living in an apartment? Is there anything that you have found? Are you new to living in an apartment?
Yes.
So is there anything you find that's challenging or that you really love about living in an apartment or that you might change about living in an apartment?
I like getting my own independence.
Absolutely. Yep, that must feel great.
Yes.
Do you cook your meals?
Yes, I do.
You do. And Ciara, how about you? Is there anything that you find challenging about living at home, or is that, do you enjoy that?
I enjoy that.
Do you help? Is there anything you help to do around the house? Do you help cook or clean, anything like that?
I help clean the kitchen.
Nice. That's nice. I wish I could get my kids to do that. So cooking kind of brings me to something that we did recently here over the summer. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about the cooking show that we did?
Yes.
All right. So we did a cooking show at Local Scene. We had a dietitian named Marsha, right, who came. You guys all contributed to helping plan healthy recipes. What was your favorite part, Kate, about cooking, about planning that process or doing it? What was your favorite part about the process?
Learning how to make new recipes.
Okay. And did you make any at home afterwards or did you just do it on the show?
Just on the show. I want to do it at home too.
You plan to do it at home?
Yes.
And Ciara, how about you? What was your favorite part of that whole process? Because we did a lot. We learned about sound. We learned about recording. We learned about actually cooking, right? What was your favorite part? Did you enjoy learning about the behind the scenes, or did you enjoy more actually being out there cutting and chopping and cooking?
I like being out there cutting.
You like doing the cutting and the chopping and the...
Yeah.
Nice. And I remember do you remember what we made? Made
Turkey burgers?
Yep, confetti burgers they were called.
Confetti burgers.
Yep. How about those we made some broccoli?
Broccoli tots.
Right. And
quesadillas.
Oh, the quesadillas. Yes, those were a big hit.
That?
I don't know. They were delicious, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
So is that something, do you think, for people your age, that would be a helpful show for them to, like, what would you want them to watch and take away from that cooking show? What would you want them to learn from that?
How to cook.
How to cook. And what if someone said, oh, I don't know how to cook. I'm terrible at it. I can't do it. What do you think that they might learn from that show?
That they can do it.
Right. That it's not as hard as we make it out to be sometimes, right?
Right.
So, you might think, oh, I don't know how to make a sheet pan quesadilla, but we learned that if you just follow the directions and it's not that hard and it's delicious, right?
Right.
Right. So hopefully you guys will make that at home. I made it at home.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was a big hit. Yeah, and I made the confetti burgers at home too. Is doing another cooking show something that you guys think you might want to do in the future?
Yes.
Yeah. What about you, Ciara?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if we were to do another one, what would be the theme, do you think? We did healthy cooking. Is there something else you would like to help people your age learn how to do in the kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Can you think of like a particular kind of meal that you want to cook?
Maybe bake?
Ooh, I like that. Like maybe healthy desserts?
Yes.
That would be a show I would definitely tune into.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because there's a lot of hacks out there that you can make like really yummy stuff, but have it be healthy for you.
Yes.
Right? So cool. All right. So maybe that's something that we can look forward to. All right. Well, let's see. What about if you tell us a little bit about any kind of, are either one of you on any kind of team or sport? Are you interested in sports? Is that something that you might be able to share with us? Kate?
I played softball and soccer.
Okay. Which one did you prefer?
Softball.
Really? What made it more enjoyable to you? You just liked it better?
I just liked it better.
Yeah, fair. Ciara, do you do any sports?
No, I don't.
No? What about, when you're not doing art classes, what's something that someone your age who lives in Plymouth,
Mm-hmm.
what's something that you would suggest to do for fun?
Well, tomorrow I'm going to my dance class.
Dance class? Well, that's a sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a team or is it?
It is.
It is. Interesting. So what kind of dance do you do?
Hip hop.
I love it. I love it. So
Hip hop.
do you wear costumes or
No.
No, so you show up in like workout clothes and you guys learn hip hop steps?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. And where do you do that? In Plymouth? Yeah. Do you know, is there a dance studio?
Yeah, the rich.
Nice. And how many people do you have in your class?
Couple.
A couple of people?
Mm-hmm.
What's your signature move? Do you have a signature move?
I don't.
You don't have one? No? I have a feeling you'll be a pretty good hip hop dancer.
You have a feeling.
I do. Yeah.
Oh no, I gotta watch you.
I want to see some video of this, Ciara.
Okay.
Kate, how about you? Do you do dance or anything or any kind of activity like that?
Ooh, yeah.
I play bowling.
You do bowling. Nice. Are you good at it or?
Yeah, I can be.
Nice. Good.
I also just finished cornhole too.
Cornhole. Oh, so can you tell me a little bit explain to me exactly, I think I know what the rules of cornhole are, but it's the one with the beanbags, right?
Yes.
So what do you do exactly?
You have to try to throw the beanbag into the hole.
Okay. And is this a team thing or do you just do this with your friends and family?
It was Special Olympics cornhole.
Oh, nice. So they have a whole team for cornhole.
Yes.
Is it super competitive?
It can be.
Yeah. What other kinds of things do you do in the Special Olympics?
Right now I'm only doing bowling and I just finished cornhole. I hope to do more.
You do, yeah. Ciara, do you do any Special Olympics activities? Or are you too busy hip-hopping?
I'm too busy hip hopping.
Nice. Very good. All right. Well, is there any issue or any topic that you guys feel is important to share? Would you like to, to another 20-something who lives in Plymouth? Is there anything that you want to talk about, or do you want me to ask you another question?
Another question.
Another question. All right. You got it. So could you tell me a little bit about have you done any volunteer work? And have you done any kind of extracurricular activity or volunteer work?
I've done volunteer work.
What kind of volunteer work, Kate? Are you on any kind of any kind of group that goes out and does any sort of thing like
At
that?
my day program.
Oh, can you tell me a little bit about that?
We go out and do Meals on Wheels, a food pantry.
Wow, that's great.
Some people go to the library.
And what do they do at the library?
They have a food pantry there as well.
So do you help stock the food pantry?
Yes.
And when you do the Meals on Wheels, do you go to people's homes and help deliver, or do you help pack it up?
We help deliver.
That's great. What do you get out of that whole experience? Is that something you would recommend other people doing?
Yes.
Yeah. Does it make you feel good to do that? Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Ciara? Do you do any kind of volunteer work? No? Just kind of keep busy with your activities?
Yeah.
Cool. And what about, is there any challenges that you have found in any of your activities or day programs that you would want to address? Is there anything that you think, oh, yeah, I wish this would go a little differently, or I wish that this would change? I know one of the issues that has come up has been transportation.
Yes.
Yeah. And what is usually the issue with transportation? It can be challenging,
It can be really hard to get transportation to go places for people that don't drive.
Right. And so what are your resources? What do you do now if you need a ride and you're not able to get one? What are your resources here in Plymouth?
The Gatra on demand, and like staff or something.
And can you explain to listeners who might not know what Gatra is? Can you tell them what that might be?
Gatra is a system that people can take that have disabilities.
Okay. And so it's like a bus?
It's a bus.
And how do you call a number and ask them to come pick you up? How does that work? I don't know how that works.
There's like an app, you can schedule it, and like you can tell it to bring you wherever you need to go.
Ah, I see.
But only for this, but like it only goes in Plymouth.
It only goes in Plymouth. And what has been a reoccurring problem with that? Is it that it doesn't always come on time, or what has been the issue?
It doesn't always come on time, and it has a long wait time.
Oh, so if I know sometimes for art classes, some of you use that system to get to art class, and sometimes you're like, they're an hour early or a little bit late, right?
Yes.
So that's frustrating.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's important to bring that issue out in the open, right? And
yes.
Maybe see if you can facilitate some change there, right? Okay, I think maybe we'll go back a little bit to the art classes and talk about those, only because I'm one of the instructors of the art classes, so I have a special interest in that. I'm wondering, so Ciara, I know you've been to quite a few, and Kate, how often do you go to the art classes? Do you go into the art center in Plymouth?
Sometimes I do, but I like to go to the group art classes.
Because it's more social?
Yes.
Yeah, you mean the Friday night socials?
Yeah, we're like the group ones you're talking about.
Yeah, yep. And so we usually have a theme. We've picked different art projects that correspond to that theme. Would you guys, if you were planning some future art classes for someone like me who sometimes teaches them, and I think, oh, what would be a fun activity or like theme? Do you have any suggestions for something that people your age might enjoy doing that we haven't done yet? We've obviously done painting, but is there any kind of art skill that you would want to learn?
I like making slime.
Making slime. That's a great idea. Actually, that's really fun. So is that something you do at home, Kate?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Have you ever made slime, Ciara? No? Do you know what it is? Ciara, can you explain a little bit about quickly about making slime? Because that's something fun that I think our listeners might enjoy doing.
It's like a sensory thing. Like you can like add certain things to it. You need glue, contact solution. There's a bunch of different ways you can make it, like with clay.
And it's kind of like
it's squishy
and enjoyable to kind of, good,
Yes.
cool. Well, I'll have to look up the recipe. I think we are just about out of time. So, Kate and Ciara, is there any last minute thing you want to say before we sign off?
I don't think so.
No? All right. Well, great conversation.